Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you all so much for joining us today for this live stream event. My name is Alexia, and I am the Project and Event Manager of the Microsoft Reactor Toronto. I will be sharing session resources with you in the chat. But before we begin, I'd like to quickly review two items, our Code of Conduct and Event Guidelines. First, please take a moment to review our Code of Conduct. Microsoft Reactor seeks to provide a respectful environment for both our audience and presenters. We encourage engagement in the chat, but please be mindful of your commentary, remain professional and on topic. And secondly, our event guidelines. This session is being recorded and will be available through the Microsoft Reactor YouTube channel in about 24 to 48 hours. I'll be sharing the link in the chat for our channel. And if you've not been on a live stream through YouTube before, please note that you must create an account on YouTube in order to access and interact in the chat. You can set that up now, and if you're unable to use the chat but have questions, feel free to reach out to us through social media or on Meetup. Which brings us to today's session. Today is the last live recorded event of the Microsoft Power Platform Fundamentals Bootcamp. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, before we start our sessions, our speaker Bruno has a quick word for you all.
Friends, my name is Bruno Capuano. I work as a cloud advocate at Microsoft, and I want to welcome you to the Power Platform Fundamentals Bootcamp. I'm a Latin person in my 40s. I am in my office today. I am wearing a Reactor black t-shirt. And again, I'm so happy to be with you in these 5-week programs. We are going to try to help everyone who want to get the PL 900 certification. And hey, this is also going to be super fun. The idea of the bootcamp is to help you to get prepared to pass the PL 900 exam. And the PL 900 is an amazing certification which basically helps people who are in that path to get a better understanding of the Power Platform and the tools that we have in the Power Platform. An example, if you want to automate the process, how you can use Power Automate for that. If you want to get more insights about your data, you can use Power BI. The whole idea of this bootcamp is to help you to get prepared for this certification. PL 900 is a great certification, and hey, because there are changes going on the Power Platform, this exam is going to be, we are going to have a new version just at the end of the bootcamp. We are going to add extra sessions to cover those changes when we arrive at the end of September. Also, there is important that you need to know that there is a study guide that you can download for free. You can get and have a chance to review the sample questions. And there are 2 ways that you can get prepared for this exam. You can get an instructor-led paid course. You can pay for an instructor. You can pay for a course to get prepared. And the other one is the free version, which is use one of the Microsoft learning path. And this is going to be our main focus during this bootcamp. And let's also quickly talk about the learning path, the PL 900 Microsoft Power Platform Fundamentals. As you can see on the main page, there are no requisites. You can get here clean and start to learn. This learning path includes 10 modules. These 10 modules are focused in a general introduction to the Power Platform, how you can use Power Apps, introduction to Power Apps, how you can build a Canvas app. There are so many amazing information here. During this bootcamp, we are going to review these modules, we are going to learn together, and we are going to get specific insights in each one of them so you can remember, you can get better knowledge about the Power Platform. And this is how the bootcamp is going to work. Remember, we talked about that the learning path includes 10 modules, and the idea for this bootcamp is each week we are going to cover 2 modules, and we are also going to have community hours, office hours to talk about this. So we are going to spend 10 weeks all together. You can take a look at the full agenda and have all of the dates and the links in our main Power Platform Bootcamp page, and also the links to the community hours meetings. And important, the idea is that every week on Monday and Tuesday, we are going to review a module, and then we are going to have community hours of 30 minutes on Wednesday to basically talk, network, get to know each one better, and also to answer a specific question that you may have around the exam or the modules. Also, important to note, all of the modules review sessions are going to be recorded. You can come back, you can review, you can take a look in the Reactor YouTube channel and watch again the module recording. And also, the community hours are not going to be recorded. We want this to be an open and a super safe space so everybody can ask questions. So we are not going to record that, but we are going to be open to host more community hours if needed. So again, please take a look at the Microsoft Power Platform Fundamentals Bootcamp page, where you're going to have links to each one of the sessions. You're going to see the dates and the time for everything. And hey, feel free to contact us if you have any more questions. And that's it. This is a super quick intro that you probably noticed I recorded so I don't need to do this every time during these 10 sessions. And let's start. Let's start with the bootcamp. I'm so happy to be here, and I hope that you enjoy and learn a lot with us during these 5 amazing weeks. So, hello everyone. Last session, the last one that we are going to record, we are going to host a couple of community hours also tomorrow and maybe next week. We need to figure out because we have several questions, and I want really to support everyone who wants to get the certification. So, as I mentioned, we already share the links, we already share the materials, and a quick review of stuff that we were talking the last time. So, first of all, we have the Cloud Skill Challenge. It's an amazing opportunity to review all of the modules. I've been using this demo account to get the modules, so I have this completed here, 10 to 10, so happy face. And I need to study a little more for get my certification, but I really, really appreciate all of the people that did the Cloud Skill Challenge. So if you want to review everything, this is the place. And how this is work, once you sign to the Cloud Skill Challenge, you are going to have access to all of the modules that we are going to see. Today, we are going to talk about how to build a dashboard in Power BI, but I am not going to go there yet. Of course, as I mentioned yesterday, I want to remind that all of the sessions that we've been recording the past 4 weeks, and this one is going to be week number 5. Sorry, I was doing numbers in my mind. Are available in this playlist on the Reactor channel. So feel free to subscribe, feel free to join this, and if you miss a session, you can go back here and take a look at the videos. Also, each one of the videos has specific channel markers, so you know time and specific details of where are we talking about different topics. Close this. I have a lot of background noise here. And as usual today, let's start with our final Kahoot. Final Kahoot for the session, where we are going to talk about what we seen yesterday about Power BI. So let me start Kahoot, and remember, the way that you can participate is go to kahoot.it. Open kahoot.it. Let me share the link in the chat. And today's in is 9673751. So with this, you can start, you can join, and we are going to do a quick review of questions that we have. So we have Mike. Last time, Jan, Manu, so Kenny. So yes, we wait until we have at least 10 people. And by the way, you can join this later if you want, but it's going to be kind of a nice one to have. I am going to pin here the ID, just in the game pin, just someone wants to join later. And we have a pack day today, so I'm probably going to start anytime soon. People are still joining. I have 20-second delay between what I am presenting versus what you are seeing. So I will try to be respectful with the time. But hey, I want to do this because I want to show a couple of questions that we had yesterday, and also show a couple of very cool things about Power BI. So 12 people here. I have Kehinde saying hi from Lagos, Nigeria. Hey, Kehinde, super nice to have you back. And let's start. Let's start with the question. Again, it's all Power BI question. I mixed yesterday and today, and these questions are part of from the module, and also you may find similar ones in the exam, so they are nice to have. So question number one is, Power BI helps with which one of the following business process. So option number one is notifying users when a SharePoint list item has changed. Option number two is generating an approval. Option number three is analyzing and displaying data. And option number four is all of the above. So we talk about this. We show how you can get notifications or trigger actions when a SharePoint list item has changed. This was not in Power BI. Oh, yes, game pin is wrong. Sorry about that. The game pin is 9673751. Oh, sorry. Thanks for the heads up. That's why I love to have people helping us here. 9673751. Thanks for the heads up. And hey, it's almost covering the answer there, but let's see how you work. But they were. First one, the one in red, that's Power Automate. And the second one is also Power Automate. So you probably know which is the right answer. Yes, displaying data. It's all about displaying data. It's all about analyzing data and working with data, what we are going to do with Power BI. The other two, the first two, as I said, are more related to Power Automate. So that's a nice way to start. So kudos to everyone here. Let's move to question number two, which is a way that Power BI can help you effectively leverage your data. So option number one is analyze sales data to better allocate resources and place order. Option number two, analyze customer data to promote specific items to specific customers. Option number three, analyze customer data to better target a specific item to specific customers. And option number four, all of the above. Remember, we are going to use Power BI to work with data, to get insights from the data. So what can we do with the data? What are the stuff that we can do? And this is kind of easy. Let me hide the pin. Someone needs the pin, let me know and I will share the pin again. But this is kind of what we have here. Yes, all of the above. We can do everything that is here with Power BI, and that's kind of the idea. Power BI will help us to get insights from the data, and we are going to take advantage of that. See Simon here again. Simon, hello. Thanks for joining. Let's move to the next question. And this one is, what are the three modalities of Power BI designed to let people create, share, and consume business in the way that serves them or their role more effectively? So basically, how we can use Power BI. Option number one is desktop, service, and mobile app. So Power BI in the desktop, Power BI as a service in the web, and also in mobile. The second option is tiles, visualization, and dashboards. And the third option is reports, dashboards, and tiles. So how we can use Power BI? This is kind of easy. We talked about this yesterday in the different versions that we have. And I also mentioned that Power BI and Power Automate are the two applications that has in the Power Platform that has desktop clients. You can install Power BI desktop and Power Automate for desktop for doing desktop process. So maybe I realized that I just give away the answer, but let's work on this one. And yes, the modalities, basically the way that you can interact with Power BI is in the desktop app, in the web, in the service mode, and in mobile app. The components that Power BI have internal are report, dashboard, tiles, and more. So again, these type of questions, you may find these questions in the exam. And sometimes I get stuck in this question because I really need to read the question to understand what I am asking. I know the answers, but reading the question there is It's kind of a good way to go. So Jan, you are 3 of 3, so super cool. Kudos to you. And let's go for the next one. What type of data sources can Power BI connect to? Both local, on-premise, you can connect on servers on your network, example, and cloud-based services. Neither non-local or cloud, no one, only local or only cloud. We also talk about this. We show about this, and also remember that, hey, everybody answered this one super fast. Yes, local and cloud-based. These are the two that you can use. And in order to use the local connector, in example, you need to install a gateway, which is a piece of software that is going to run on a machine that have access to these local connectors and is going to publish the connection to the cloud. So Power BI, remember, Power BI is still a cloud-based service, is going to use this. So hey, kudos to everyone. We have everyone is answering right. So let's go for the next one. We have here which of the following components is not part of Power BI? And we have several options: Power Q&A, Power Pivot, Power Test, Power Map, Power Query, and Power Edit. Which one of all of these is not part of Power BI? Remember that yesterday I was struggling with my maps. So this is kind of the one that you probably know that, hey, it's there. It's already there. By the way, I can't remember who helped me yesterday to enable the maps feature. It took literally 2 hours to refresh the maps that we have map available there. So that's something nice to know, that even if administrator will enable features like maps, they are not automatically available there. It's going to take a couple of hours. So yes, the one that doesn't exist, there are no Power Q&A, no question and answers there. There are no Power Edit and no Power Test. Everything else is part of there are components of Power BI. And again, this is kind of tricky. Hi, Jessica. But we can expect these type of questions in the exam. So it's mostly like going here and do the question 1 time, 2 times until we get used to do this. So wait, Jan is still killing it. Super cool to get this. And Power BI also provides a desktop-based interface called, we have our 4 options here. Option number 1 is Power BI Desktop, BI Desktop, Power Desktop, or none of the above. This is, I didn't show this one yesterday, so sorry about that. We talk about this very quickly. I mentioned that today I'm going to use the tool, the desktop tool, to do this, but it's also a way that you can take a look of and learn how to do this. By the way, I'm not going to install the tool from scratch because it takes a couple of minutes, so I will save this, but I already have the tool installed, and if you haven't replied, let me show you kind of the answer. Power BI Desktop, there it is. So the 5 more seconds, if someone didn't answer this, you have your chance here, but it was Power BI Desktop. Perfect. So Power BI Desktop, that's the name of the tool. The others doesn't exist. They are not existing, and it's a super cool tool that we are going to use today. So hey, a lot of players has a 4 correct answer streak. So kudos to all of you. And I think this is the last one. Power BI offers data warehouse capabilities, including data preparation, data discovery, interactive dashboards, or all of the above. Again, if you don't know what is data warehouse, it's basically kind of a big level concept to work with data, and this for is data preparation. You can connect to a data source and use the data per se, or maybe do something there, do kind of transform, add columns, remove columns, change the data type of the column, and you prepare the data to be used. Data discovery is kind of, okay, Power BI is going to help me to discover data. in a huge data set that we have there. Create dashboards. This is what we are going to do today. So that's one that is there, or all of the above. Again, I think as usual, I am not very good at this type of games, and also probably not. I'm not going to be very good playing poker because I give away the answer. But you can figure out that yes, it's all of the above. You can do these three and more with Power BI. And I think that's it. I think we are at the end. So thanks again for participating. Thanks again for being part of this. And a quick recap, a quick review of the question that we had yesterday about how you can get a voucher for the certification. So option number one, if you are a student, there is a way. I'm going to ask Alexia to share these links. There is a way. If you can basically identify yourself as a student, you are going to have access to several to vouchers to access to these exams, which is super cool to have. And you can take a look there. Option number two, take a look. Copy this one and also navigate with this one here. Take a look at the training days, the online certificate and the online training sessions that Microsoft is doing, because in example, the last time that they host a Power Fundamental course, and I think this in October is going to be the same, you attend to this session, it's going to be in English, it's going to be also with captions in English, and at the end, you have access. I don't know how this works here, but they are going to give, as far as I understand, they are going to give vouchers so you can take the Power Fundamental certification exam at no cost. So this is the second way that you can access to this voucher. And the third one, which is also super cool for us, is to go to Ignite, and take advantage of the free certifications that are going to be associated with Challenge, that are going to be here during Ignite. It's, as far as I remember, the Power Platform Fundamental is not here, but we have access to the APP Maker, which is a super cool one. It's super similar to Wood. So that said, which was one of the questions from yesterday, let's focus on today's module, which is how to build the dashboards. Remember that yesterday we didn't build anything. We mostly use and show how you can show reports, how you can install apps in Power BI, and today we are going to go for dashboards. Dashboards is a super cool way to do these kind of things, because imagine that you have different reports from sales, reports from, I don't know, products and the stock product that we have, different type of products and reports, and you need to have kind of a high level overview with some pieces from this one and this other one, and also with your custom data, custom parts there. So that's the idea of the dashboard. It's going to give us the chance to connect all of these pieces together and create kind of a single page that we can later use for ourselves or even share. It's all about collaboration with our colleagues. So what is in this module is this a very practical module. It's going to help us, it's going to guide us, it's going to show us how we can create this. So let's show today. And again, I'm taking a look at the comments. If you have any questions, I will be happy to have this. But let's take a look at how you can create a report from scratch. So, this part of the module is requiring me to download an Excel file that we're going to use, and also to download the Power BI desktop. Power BI desktop, there are two ways that you can download Power BI desktop. You can install directly from the APP store, from the Microsoft store, You can install this from the Microsoft store, or you can download the executable for your computer. I installed the executable because mostly I am running a trial version of Windows 11, and I don't want to get something weird there, but I already have installed Power BI in my machine. So let me go back here. Let's move this away so it doesn't bother me. I launch Power BI desktop, and it's loading. Where is this? Okay, there it is. Sorry, it takes some time to load. And hey, I am working with an account. I have my trial account. I have my everything ready to create my trial account and use it. So let's remove all of these pop-up messages. The first thing that I am going to do, I am going to sign in here. So let's go for signings. I am using my Adele account. So let me go for tenants and let me copy my demo account. Go for Adele, and I am going to continue. It's going to open the know where it is. There it is. It's going to open the sign windows. There it is. Let me add password. And once I am connected, I am here at Advance. I am already connected here. I'm already loaded. So let me start to do the process. So the ABC of Power BI, and let me maximize this. And let me know if you can see this right, or I need to change the resolution. I think somehow it's not showing the letters very small. So let me see if I can do something. Settings. Okay, in this one, let's go for 150. Whoa. Let me fix this. Sorry. I hope it's better there. Jan says it's okay. Perfect. Thanks. I will do my best. I don't know if also this was a good idea. Let's see if I can fit everything here. So the ABC here is let's connect to data. So I have here options to get data. I can get data from Excel, of course, Power BI datasets, data flows, the Dataverse, super important. We're going to use this later. Plenty of other sources like SQL, analysis services, webs, plenty of stuff. But hey, I have my stuff here in the workbook, in Excel. So I am going to open this financial sample workbook. And this is going to, because I am using a local file, this is going to open my Excel file. Let me open the file so you can take a look. So this is the file. And hey, we have here different information like segment that we are selling, country, product, discount, unit sold, and more. So this is the Excel file that we are using. Let me go back here to Power BI. I am going to select the financial table, and it's going to show me the info that we have there. And I am going to import this. So I am going to load this. We can also transform the data before loading. I am going to load and later transform the data so you can take a look how this works. So now I am here, I load the data, and I have access to the fields on the right. We're going to see this right now, and I can start to show the data. So it's going to take some time, 700 rows loaded, and in fields, I see here that I have access to the full structures of the data that I have in the Excel. Also, when it loads the data, it understands the data type. So the date is going to be here presented as a date, but I can open this and see month, day, year. It's also understand that discounts, gross sales, and manufacturers are sum. So we aggregate data there. Month name is a string, so it doesn't make sense to aggregate. We have plenty of things that we can do here. And as I mentioned before, let me make this a little bigger. The date can be aggregated in a hierarchy of year, quarter, month, or day, because it's understand that it's a specific data type. So this is super cool to have. I can click here. I have three main elements here. I have my reports, I have my data, and I have relationships. I want to talk about relationships right now because someone asked about this. But hey, I have here data, so I open the data. I am working with financials, so I see, wow, I have plenty of data available here. And I can take a preview. Relationships, I don't have relationship right now. I only have one table. And if you are new to the data world, relationship is when we have two tables with data. We can define how these two tables are connected. So in example, to make this easier, I created here for where is my Adele browsing? Oh, there it is. So I created here, let me bring the browser here, and I can show you also later here. In the Dataverse, I have a table that I created, a very simple table that is country information that has the country name and also the the phone number prefix for the country. So I have 6 countries here, 7 countries, I can remember, but I created this table here: Canada, France, Germany, Mexico, and US. I have the phone prefix there, and hey, I can connect this to Power BI, and hey, I can get these from the Dataverse and connect these to my table. So remember, someone asked about relationship there. So I'm going to connect to the Dataverse because I already signed here. It's going to connect to my demo environment. I have access to Contoso. Remember, Dataverse are associated to environments. And somewhere here, I know that I can search for this. But if I go for country, this is my table, CR0D0 country information. Why this name? Because remember that even if here the name is country information, because this is a custom table, we are going to see this with the name CRCD or something like this. Can't remember. There it is. The schema name is going to be CR0D0 country information. But this is my table. This is the one that I have. So I can select this. It's going to load the data. It's the same data that I show you. So we have plenty of fields here, because this is a created table. Remember, when we create tables on the Dataverse out of the box, we have created on with the date and time, created by with the user that created, who modified this, who else modified this, the name of the person who created, the name of the plenty of information here, but somewhere here at the end, we should have a table, organization, process, system, user. Somewhere here are the fields that we want, which are, hey, this is the name of the country, and this is the prefix of the country. So let's import this table. And once we are connecting this, there are 2 ways to connect this to the data source. I can import the data, which is going to do basically, is going to bring a copy of the data that is right now lives on the Dataverse, and is going to create this as a snapshot of data so I can use it, or I can use direct query. If I use direct query, every time there is a change in the live data is going to be reflected here. There are a couple of things here that we need to be aware that if we use direct query, sometimes we are not going to have access to all of the features in the preview and a couple of other things, because basically we are working with live data. But these are 2 options that should work. I'm going to import this, so it's going to be easier. I am going to have country information anytime soon. And once I import this data, I am going to be able to create a relationship between the 2 tables. And a note here, I am working with a very small set of tables. I have 700 rows here in financials, and I have 6 rows here in country information. You can work, and Power BI supports big data sets. You can work with very big chunks of data. Of course, it's going to take some time. It's going to be kind of a little more tricky to work with more data. You need to be aware of that you're working on data, but it supports huge data sets. Today, I'm working with these 2 just to do a demo. So now I need to do a relationship. So I'm going to relate country with name. When I create a relationship, it's going to create this relationship between the 2 tables. And I can even, I can't remember how it is, I think it's double click. Yes. I can even edit the relationship and say that in the financials entity, the country column is going to be related in the country information entity, the name. So I have here Germany, Canada, Germany, France. So I have here. I have the cardinality of this, which is basically how they are related. I have many rows in the financials can be related to 1 row. because we only have one Canada information. It could be many-to-many, one-to-one or more. Be careful with that. And also you have, if you want to do cross filters, the direction for this. I am going to make the relationship active. Someone asked yesterday if we can import this relationship. If you're working with the data sets and we bring this, if we can import the relationship. I asked internally, still didn't have an answer. I promise that as soon as I have an answer, I'm going to tweet about this or share somehow the answer there. But keep in mind that we can define relationships here. If I go to data again, and I go to country information, I'm going to see all of the info that I have. So let's start having fun and creating a dashboard. First, important, I mentioned this and I forgot. How about if we need to transform data? If we need to add a new, change data sets to do something. So let's click in home data or home modeling or home transform data. And then we are going to open Power Query Editor. This is one of the most powerful tools that we have here. And this is a place that the low code, no code, it's closer to low code doing code, because here we can add columns based on existing data, an example, and for each one of the columns, we can invoke a service to analyze, to do text analytics, to analyze vision if you have imaging. You can start to do machine learning, AI. This is not going to be part of the exam. They are not going to, as far as I remember, it's not going to be asked you to do an example doing some AI, but remember that we can work on the existing data and apply AI, artificial intelligence, to get insights from this data. I'm going to do a very simple one. I am going to add a new column. So click here in the column, add column, and I'm going to create a custom column. A custom column is basically a new column. Let's do total price, an example. The name of the column. And what I can do, I can pick up something like unit source. I have here the available column that I have here. So I can pick up unit source, and I'm going to multiply this by manufacturing price. So I am using Power Query formulas. There are several examples and scenarios how to do this. I will suggest that you can probably do some analytics here. I'm sorry, practice here and start to see what you can do, because they are amazing. But hey, just an example. I used two existing columns, unit source and manufacturing price. I'm going to create a new column, which is going to be total price. I press OK. And then at the end, I have a new column that is here. I can work with the columns. I can do a lot of stuff. And hey, if I want to add a new column based on text analytics, it's going to ask me to sign in to AI functions. So let's sign in with Adele. Now, it is my password. And now I am connected. And hey, I can pick up any of these columns, let's wait a second, and perform some artificial intelligence activity on top of it. Let's give this a couple more seconds. It's taking a lot. Oh, perfect. So I need to enable the AI. I was suspecting this. So I haven't enabled the AI for the features to be used here. But hey, this is the way that if you have a column here with data and you want to know the language or want to know the keywords or the sentiment, a couple of things that we already did, you can do this. Right now, let's keep it simple. I will have here a new column, which is going to be total price here, remember? And total price is going to use Power Query to define that I am going to add a column. It's going to be a change time. The name is going to be total price, and it's going to be a for each one of the rows, multiplying the unit sold and the manufacturing price. So I have this home, close and apply. I'm going to close and apply, and now my financials the financial is going to have also a total price account, total price column here that I can use. And this one didn't exist in the original data sets, but this is kind of the data discovery, data processing, data cleaning, data whatever term that you want to use that we can do with Power BI. So we can start to clean and adapt the data for us what we want. So once we have this, let's start to create a visualization for that data. So I will add, based on the tutorial, one of the visualizations that we have. We have several bar charts, line charts, maps, plenty of things that we have here. So let's add key influencers. Key influencers, when I add this one, this is going to have kind of a bar chart and also sliders with key data that we can analyze and work. And when I start to work with this one, I have also here basically filters that I can define here, and I also have here related to this the analyzed data, the data fields, explained by and expand by. So I'm going to drag and drop profit to the analyzed by. So let's do this profit. And let's make this a little bigger. So you have here key influencers, nothing there to show. And then I am going to go for product, discounts, segment and units that are going to be added there. And hey, I have kind of a nice chart here. Let me make this a little bigger, where I can see the sum of discounts. I can see a couple of information here which are super cool that I can analyze. And hey, if I can start to see, if I select one of the items, I see that, hey, this is telling me that with the sum of discount is more than 55,000, profits is more likely to increase. So I have here kind of an explanation of this. So hey, super cool way to create this. We can create another one. Let's create kind of a more popular one. Let me create a new page here. And let's add here filters. So let's create a stacked column chart. So this is kind of a stacked chart that also give us the chance to do a line axis. So if we see here in the properties of the visualization, we have the x-axis, column axis, line axis, lessons, less multiplies, tooltip, plenty of things. Let's product, let's add again the product. Let's all again manufacturing price, sales price, and profit. So we have everything here, but I want to have the profit related to the price. So what I am going to do, I am going to move in the column x-axis the profit to be shown in the line x-axis. So let's move this one from here to there, and there it is. We have a super cool dashboard where we can see all of this. It's kind of nice. I think I'm missing product, manufacturing. Let me double check here. Sales price. Oh, I missed sale price. There it is. I want to have the stack of the sum of manufacturing price, the sum of sale price, and the sum of profits. So hey, I have this one here. I add more data. If I add total price is not going to do anything. But hey, we have kind of a new view with all of this. Let's not do this. Let's add country. So no, not here. I will add country later, so we have the full view. But hey, we have here kind of a nice view of what we have, and this is the moment that we can publish this. So I can save this. Let's save this report, and let's do this vector save sample. And once it's saved locally, it's going to generate a file with specific format, and I can publish this. And this is important. At this moment, I can publish this, and I am going to publish this in a workspace. Remember, I need to work here with my destination, with my tables. Let me open Power BI. Here, Power BI. And once I am here, there it is. I will have my workspace. Stuff that I have here. I will have the general workspace that I have access, nothing there. So if I go here and I publish this report in my workspace, I am going to have access to this in a couple of seconds, maybe. There it is, it's published. So I am not going to copy the link. I am going to go back here, and there it is. We have here the reactor size sample that is just created, so I can click and open this. And this is cool. This is something that I can do in a very easy way, but I can also start to create right now a dashboard. So I can pick up this visual and I can create a new dashboard. So let's go to create reactor sales dashboard. So I'm going to pin this to a dashboard. And I can also create a mobile layout for this. That means, remember, that, hey, I can create these views that are going to be accessed by the dashboard. So I have here this pin. I'm going to add it here. I can do a couple of things. I have the mobile layout. I have the web layout. But this is my dashboard. I have access here to the mobile layout and the dashboard. And if I go back to my workspace and I open dashboards, I am going to see here that I have this dashboard that has one pin. And this is kind of cool because at any moment I can create, let me go to other sales and marketing space. Let me open this other report, and I will pick this one, total units, and existing dashboards. Oh, I need to copy this to my one to have it here. But if I open any other workspace, and I open Reactor sales samples, I open this one. Let me pick up another layout. So this one, an example, it's frozen, a couple of seconds. I can add this to my first example. Let's pick up this one. I can add this to my, let's add this one to my Reactor sales dashboard. And I will have here these two views. Bigger that, oh, sorry. There it is, that are going to be available here in my dashboard. So at this moment, if I go to my dashboard, the Reactor sales dashboard, I am going to see this. There is no gateway here. I have a gateway created to show this demo. It's not running up and it's not up and running right now. But this is kind of cool because I have several ways that I can do here. So, in example, I can come here to this one and add a comment, and I do something like, hey, Alex, I'm going to have access to my organization. So I have here a proposal from one of my bodies, which is Alex. Let's take a look to the carretera product and it is. So I can share this and Alex will get a notification that we need to take a look at this one that is here. I can also share the dashboard. Right now he's not seeing the dashboard, but I can say, okay, Alex is going to be able to reshare this. Is going to be able to edit and add content, and is going to be able to notification for this. So kind of grant access. So right now, Alex have access to this. But what about the mobile? What about the mobile view? Let me show you how this is going to be presented on the mobile. Let's hope that it works. The last couple of times that I tried to do share screen didn't work well. So let me screencast my machine. So there it is. What you are going to see now is going to be my mobile phone. So you are seeing my mobile with the three dots, and I am going to open Power BI here. And here I should have the reactor. Where is my... This is the report. Yeah, so I am going to see the full report here. Okay, if I rotate my device, of course, it's going to be kind of nicer. I have access to comments, so I can do plenty of things here. So let's do it. Cool. Oh, didn't write cool. But I have the comment there. Cool. IML. And let me see if I can open the vertical join Power BI later. Have the demo data, and I have the dashboard. And this is the dashboard that I just created. It's working with, I have access to kind of drill down the data. And hey, I can even do comments. I can even annotate. You can see here that this is the comment that I did and I shared with Alex 5 minutes ago. And hey, the idea of the dashboard is I can do all of this stuff. I can do plenty of this stuff, and I can even edit the dashboard and add a tile, like in example, the text box here. So next, so it's going to be Reactor dashboard subtitle created for the fundamental bootcamp and the details, whatever, something else. So I'm going to do apply. Here it is. Let's do moveization. I'm going to do the pin, move the pin to the top. There it is, kind of like this. So done with the mobile layout. Go back to the my layout. I have here the reactor. So edit details. Oh, sorry, I need to edit the theme. I can go for, okay, let's do dark theme. I like dark themes. I can even upload themes. There are people who are created specific themes with color schemes and more stuff. We have the colorblind friendly option here, but let's go for dark and save. And hey, this is kind of a way that we can do this. And of course, we showed very quickly yesterday, we have the chance to embed this in themes and start to work. So this is one of the ways that we can do this. Let me close this. Let's refresh this. As far as I understand, if I refresh my reactor, there it is. If I refresh the mobile view, this is going to be again the mobile view here. I can click here in one of the elements and go deep in this view. And hey, I talk about relationships. I add the relationships here between tables. I can go to my one of the reports here in example, and I am going to add country information. So I am going to add a table. There it is. Oh, I changed the type. I want to change the type. I want to add a table. There is the table, and I'm going to add name and font prefix. So I'm going to have here kind of a small table with all of the countries and the font prefix of the countries, and I can even move this one here. I think I don't have enough resolution to move this, but let me move this one there. The side. So I have this, and I can start to see, okay, if I want to filter just in Canada, this is the element that we have in Canada or in the US or in France. Everything is here. And again, I can go back here to home, save and publish. Once I save and I publish, the dashboard is going to be available. The report is going to be available to everyone. This is also important. When I update this and publish this, this is going to impact one report and one dashboard. This is what I have created right now. And hey, this is the way that we can do and have fun with dashboards in Power BI. If I go back to my dashboard, I can, on my workspace, and I open the sales sample. Now I can go to page 2, I can pin this one to the Reactor sales dashboard. Let's add the name phone prefix also here, and there it is. So in my phone, when I refresh, here in the bottom, we have the phones, we have everything. I start to click, I will start to see, hey, this is the details of the table. Going back to the going back to the dashboards, I added this one to the dashboard. So if I go to my workspace and the Reactor says dashboards, I will have here the table, and I can start to work with the detail, export data, have plenty of other things. This is kind of an ABC with an extra stuff that you're going to see in the exam of what you have in the modules, where we see visualizations, where we see how to build the dashboard. So this is kind of everything that we have. Please take a look at this one, do the exercises. If you want to do more, just go to Microsoft Learn and search Power BI exercise, and you are going to see that you have training modules, you have work with AI visuals, design Power BI reports. There are plenty of stuff that you can do, you can learn in Microsoft Learn about Power BI. And hey, Power BI is one of the big modules that we have here. So that said, we are at the end of the last recording one. With this, we close all of the modules. With the 10 modules, we can start to practice. I will recommend a lot of practice to get the exam. And hey, it's a pleasure. Tomorrow we have the last formal community hours. We are going to book a couple more for kind of a study group. So thanks a lot. It's been a pleasure to be with all of you in these 5 weeks. And let me know if you have any question, and let me know if you go for the exam, and how did you perform, if you get the voucher, if you get the certification. I really hope that you can get it. So thank you very much. Hey, thanks, Mike. Sorry. Goodbye, everyone.